I don't even want to say the weather in Spain is better or the mood of people, the mentality. Wow, German people are rude. Do I miss Spain? Which country is better to live in? Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Paulina and today I want to share with you what I think about Germany and how has my experience been in Germany after the move from Spain. I'm originally from Russia. I'm living in Europe for almost 10 years now. I've lived in Finland before and then I moved to Spain for almost 6 years. And I was pretty settled in Spain. And last year, so in September 2021, my partner and I actually moved to Germany. So I think it's really interesting to see a perspective of a foreigner who was living in Spain comparing to living in Germany. Because of course, for a Spanish person living in Spain, it's gonna be a very different experience. But I feel like I can be really objective and give my personal view on this as an expat living in both of these countries, Spain and Germany. Just gonna take some tea. And I'm going to touch on many different points in this video. The only thing that I want to mention as well is that this is based on my first 5-6 months in Germany, and these months are basically from the middle of September to February, which is when I'm recording this, February 2022. So it's basically like more winter months, and I'm 100% sure that it will be very, very different here in summer. And I'm probably gonna make another video after 1 year of living in Germany, so stay tuned if you don't want to miss that. But anyways, yeah, let's dive into it. The first thing I want to say is in this video I'm not going to say which country is better to live in. So if you came for a black and white reply, which one is better, Spain or Germany, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to give it to you. So Germany and Spain are very, very different. It's a different culture, it's a very different vibe, like, I don't know, like vibe on the street, the mood of people, the mentality. So the first thing I want to touch on is the weather. I don't even want to say the weather in Spain is better or the weather in Germany is better, because it depends so much. Like in Spain, it's really, really hot in summer, and some people are not well in such a hot climate. So for example, for me, it was actually very hard to be in Spain in August because it's just really hot, and I'm from the north of Russia. I get burned so easily, my hair gets burned, like I felt like I was physically not made for Spanish climate. On the other hand, German weather in winter, it kind of sucks. It's very, very gray. It's a lot of raining days and it's cold. And again, I'm from the north of Russia. I'm not scared of German cold because in Russia we have -25 easily every winter. And here it's like, it doesn't really go below 0, to be honest. But after living in Spain for so many years, I was really used to a certain climate in winter, and I was used to that you can always go outside in Spain and it's nice and it's sunny. In winter, you know, you can go for hikes, you can do things outside all the time because most of the time it's sunny. And in Germany, it's a completely different vibe. And honestly, guys, it has been a bit difficult for me this winter in Germany because we basically just moved. 6 months is not enough to actually settle down and be comfortable in a new country. Still don't speak German very well. Still don't have like many friends in the country. And the weather has been so gray in winter. And I was just not used to the fact that I cannot comfortably go outside and spend time outside. Like, you have to completely change your mindset around that and know that in the winter period from October or whatever, from November to, I don't know, March, hopefully, I hope not longer than this, you just cannot do much outside. You don't feel like going outside. Even if you get dressed warmly, it's just not very pleasant to be outside. So basically all of the entertainment or whatever you do in your free time, it has to be inside. So if you want to do stuff outside of your house, you have to find things to do indoors. Going to the cinema, going to gym during the week, going to different classes and these kind of things. And it was very hard for me. I didn't have that mentality after, you know, living in Spain for so long. And also because I'm still new in the country and I don't speak German very well, it was quite hard, and it still is because the winter is not over, to just find things to do. I'm also living in a small town, so there is not much going on. And yeah, it's just been a lot of days at home, and I work from home, so it is kind of hard time, and you just need to find ways to to adapt to a new way of living and yeah, just find other things to do. Another thing that I want to talk about is people, like German people, because many times when people come from countries like Spain, they perceive German people as somewhat cold, rude, and so on. And honestly, in the first month after the move, I was in a bit of a shock and I thought, wow, German people are rude, because literally in the first, I think 2 weeks after the move, there were 2 situations when we were almost like lectured or almost shouted on by German people. One of them was like, we came to a museum and there was a tour, a guided tour in that museum. It was a brewery. And we were like 1 minute late for this tour, which we really didn't think that it was a big deal. And the people in that place, the cashier or whatever, they literally like lectured us, and they didn't really shout, but they were talking in a really high voices, and it was like, what the hell? At that moment, I just felt like a kid who was, lectured by a teacher or something like that. And then there was another situation which was kind of similar, and that was in the first 2 weeks after the move, and I was like, oh my god, Germans are rude. And then after a while, after 6 months of living here, I would never say that German people are rude. Yes, people don't make so much small talk in supermarkets, in restaurants and this kind of thing, like it is in Spain, when everyone kind of is very chatty and they tell you like gracias guapa on the cashier in the supermarket. But yeah, Germans are, I wouldn't say cold. I don't like the word cold, because people also call Russian people cold, and I guess they're more preserved or neutral. Actually, in fact, they are neutral. I would say they are just not, over chatty, not over like engaging. So they are just neutral. They are doing their jobs, and they don't see the point of having a small talk with people, which is also not always the case. Sometimes they do. And actually, when you engage more with German people, when you're asking something in a shop, or you're asking somebody help, or in a restaurant, you don't understand something, they are always super, super nice, and they are always really friendly. So that's something that I can say for sure. So another thing that I want to talk about is mentality and kind of like a general vibe in the country. And this is one of the things that I thought, actually, after living in Spain for 6 years, I thought maybe actually a country like Germany will fit me better in terms of mentality and kind of like the way of living. Because again, I'm from the north of Russia, and I guess I have a more of a Nordic type of mentality, meaning that I just prefer a more calm and not so fiesta kind of lifestyle like it is in Spain. And sure, in both Spain and in Germany, you can live whatever lifestyle you want. But generally in Spain, people are very, very easygoing. They can drink wine in a bar on a freaking Monday. They always go out to eat. They are always loud. They are always, kind of in this going out type of mood, which I do like it sometimes, but not to that extent. And that's why I personally thought, when I moved to Germany, I think that Germany maybe will be closer to me in terms of this mentality. So I think in Germany, people mostly focus on work during the weekdays, and then on the weekends they're in the mood to go out and to do things. And I think that's just closer to me. I am used to working more on the weekdays. I like to be productive on the weekdays. I like to, go to classes and go to the gym during the weekdays, and then I like to relax on the weekends, or Friday and weekends. And yeah, in Spain, I just always felt like I didn't really fit in, and I would often feel bad for staying home, and I would feel like my life is boring when I don't go out, and I just felt like I'm not going out enough. And I think that in this aspect, German way of living, or yeah, the kind of lifestyle, is actually closer to me. That is just something that I'm more comfortable with. And the last thing that I want to discuss is basically, do I miss Spain? So 6 months have passed, and you know what? I don't think that one country is better than the other, and I didn't necessarily move to Germany forever. So it's not a question for me to think like, oh, do I actually like better there? And oh my god, now I'm in Germany, but I actually want to be in Spain. It's not like that in my head, and I'm probably not going to live in Germany forever. I'm very open to moving back to Spain or moving to other countries if something comes up. I moved here because my partner was transferred from Spain, and that's why we moved, and I was never like against the move. I'm always open to moving. I don't know, I have been expat for so many years and I've moved so much. I kind of enjoy this type of, you know, new experiences. And yeah, some people ask me, do I actually miss Spain? And I don't miss Spain. I miss Spanish food, that I can tell you for sure. German food sucks. Here I can tell you that. Black and white, it sucks. And yes, I do miss Spanish food a lot. And I do miss a little bit of sun in winter periods. I miss the beach and walking along the sea, that I really enjoy. But it's different here. Here there is a different type of nature, and I find things that I like here. And I don't miss a country. I can miss some people that stayed there, some of my friends who I haven't seen since move. But I don't miss a country. My personal opinion is that every country is different, every person is different, and yes, I do believe that there are certain places and countries where you personally might feel more comfortable living in, that it will be, better for you. But I'm a strong believer in that no country, no city, no person is going to make you happy if you have your personal reasons to be unhappy. I'm just experiencing living in these different countries, and it can be great in both of them. So I don't ever want to choose like which one is better. I was in Spain for 6 years. It was great. There were so many amazing aspects of it. I learned a lot. I learned the language. I learned the culture. Now I'm in Germany and I want to experience Germany fully, and that's kind of how it is for me. I hope it was interesting. If you guys have any other questions for me about living in Spain and living in Germany, if you are facing this choice or something and you want to know more of my opinion on these two countries, go ahead and comment below. And yeah, I hope this video was interesting, and I hope that you understand my idea behind all this. And yeah, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this, as well as videos, related to personal development, self-awareness and mental health. Subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.